before I became a pro, I saw these players like Aframu and Hai, right? And they were known as
Mm-hmm.
like, the 1v9 shot callers of the team. And that's like what I want to do, you know? It just made sense for me because as a support player, my role isn't to like be insane mechanically, but of course mechanics definitely matter. But um, like just being able to coordinate plays and help your team get to where they want to be, and like just be like the voice of reason in your team. That's like what I want to be, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to become high, but I want to be like a good like replacement.
This is Azento from Esports Heaven, and I have here with me Smoothie from Counter Logic Gaming. Victorious! Finally, you guys fucking won a
Finally.
game.
Yeah.
I mean, congrats, man. Normally, I don't ask this type of question, like, how do you feel? But, brother, like, how the fuck does it feel to actually get a W on the board right now?
Man, I feel like more than half our games have just been stolen from us anyway. Like it's about time, you know. Like the last like two games were not great showings. Obviously, I think our team was a little bit lost, and yeah, we're still going through our growing pains right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really thankful that the split or the year is very long this time around this year. So we have a lot more games to show, and Brock still isn't here. So uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a relief to get some wins on the board early. But yeah, we're still going through a lot of stuff with the team. But there's definitely a lot of, I can see that our team has a lot of talent. We just need to be able to gel together and play well as a team. And today, I think we played pretty well. So I'm really happy about that.
So I hope you know your boy Finn is about to catch that leaving the game fine, right?
Yep.
Because
Yes, you
at
did.
the very end, yeah, we all saw that he left the game. I don't know. I thought that was kind of. Have you ever gotten a fine for that?
I don't think so. Or if I did leave a game, it wasn't a fine touch to it.
Okay.
So maybe like way back then, but I never
Yeah.
really like cared. Because when you're on stage, you just kind of leave your chair after you win. You know, you don't really like. For me, I don't really look at my stats that much. It's just like,
Hmm.
yeah, maybe like a
Yeah.
quick glance. But
So you personally, as a player, you are looking kind of reinvigorated, I would say, regardless of your win record and everything. I just feel like your play has been pretty on point. So is this, I guess, the power of friendship, I guess, in the bot lane? Like, like what's driving your more aggressive or focused play style?
I think for me, something that is really strong right now for me is yeah, I'm playing with Turtle. We're pretty good. We're like really good friends outside the game as well, so it helps. But I think the biggest thing is that right now, uh, I'm just like confident. You know, it's like last split last year, it was really rough because we were losing a lot of games, and I didn't really know like how to fix it. You know, like we were just
Hmm.
losing, and there wasn't a solution to it. Like no matter how much solo queue I played, no matter how much I practiced, that it wasn't fixing. So
Mm.
I think this time around, it's like something I can be really proud of right now. To me, is like my laning phase. My laning phase is really good, and I know how to get advantages early game, which we show on stage a lot. We get like first blood very often in like unconventional ways, and usually that's me.
Yeah.
So I'm like pretty happy about that about myself. And yeah, I think just like, overall, just me and Turtle have a lot of we get along really well, and we just are on the same page about matchups very often. So it's really easy to play, and I pretty
Hmm.
much know how the lane's gonna go like at every point of the game. So it's just very easy.
Yeah. So speaking, I guess, of that relationship, do you feel like it's easier to talk with Turtle about the intricacies of the bot lane because you guys are so close? Or I guess, is there maybe a difference in how you work with someone that you know closely together rather than just a pure work relationship? Like, how does that differ, I guess, in your mind?
Well, I don't think it's like specifically different. I think just the way we see matchups is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like for example, I don't think that me and Stixay didn't like get along either. You know, I actually was pretty close to him, and we like talked a lot, and we played a lot too. So that was really nice. But I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is. I think I just have a lot of confidence. Maybe I'm just playing better overall
Mm-hmm.
this year. Yeah, maybe I was just underperforming last year to my own standards, and yeah, my confidence was definitely very low because it seemed like no matter what we did, we couldn't win. But for our practice, for at least for now with our team, practice is going really well. So
Mm-hmm.
or pretty well, and our stage games, besides like barring like last two maybe, we got kind of rolled. Our first like four games were really really good. We just ended up throwing them, and
Yeah.
it's honestly pretty impressive that we threw those games. You know, like it's
Yeah.
honestly like we went through all the hard parts. We got the advantages, we got everything, and we won the early game really hard. But we ended up not winning with like 8,000 gold leads some games. So you know, like,
Yeah.
that's a good start. It's a good start. So
Yeah.
it's like that's a really good like baseline to work with,
Uh-huh.
and it's definitely like really easy. It's not easy, but it's definitely really workable. Like we can definitely work with it.
Yeah. I mean, even this game, you guys had a couple, I guess you could say botch plays in
Oh
some
yeah,
circumstances with the bot lane dives.
yeah, they were
Like
awful. They were
what
awful.
like what happened there? Was it just miscommunication or?
I think it was just like a little bit of mechanics and not being on the same page.
Hmm.
On the first dive, it was just gonna be like a 1-for-1 trade, me for the
Yeah.
Kaisa, which is always good, right? Like the
Yeah.
Galio gets to kill, the Kaisa dies, loses 3 waves, and the waves loses
Hmm.
back towards us. So it's always gonna be a good trade for us. But I think Turtle just kind of spaghettied, and you know, it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
conceptually, I'm so proud that we did it because like that's like a really good play overall.
Hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, like sometimes your fingers fail you sometimes, you know, and that's just like it is what it is. You're
Yeah.
human, right? Everyone messes up sometimes.
So finally, I want to address, I guess the narrative I would suppose about you as a player and voice comms. Do you, I guess, give any credit that you have been over talkative, I guess, within comms in the past? You know, and if that's true, how have you made strides to correct that? I suppose, if it even is true.
I think it's definitely true. I am aware of it. I think it's just like a really bad habit from my early days because in my old teams, kind of nobody really talked, you know? Like no one
Mm-hmm.
like I think right
Mm-hmm.
now, especially the game state of League, the game is very very team dependent, team oriented now, and like one person can't carry a team anymore. It's just like everyone has to be on the same page. You need to be working together like really fluidly and coherently, and it's just like a different game. Back then, you could have one person talking, coordinating everything because I think a lot of players and teams are just worse overall. And yeah, I think players are just getting better, and that's why you see all these rookie players coming in and they're doing fine in LCS. You know, like they just played really well as a team. They played really well, like you know, just more coordinated than before, and it's like a really good thing to see. So for me, I'm making strides to I wouldn't say talk less, but talk cleaner,
Mm.
and just say like the really important stuff. And that's like that's one of my biggest goals for me myself this year, and it's going really well. So
Yeah.
it's like really nice being able to step down in that sense too, because I have more room to think and I have more room to focus on my individual play, and that's been like really nice for me too. So
Mm.
I'm glad that's like a good change I'm looking for right now.
So I've always thought of your career as very particular because you came in during a time in Cloud9 previously to where High had just kind of stepped down and Cloud9 needed kind of a leader. And so I always thought that maybe you were trying to step up in that big way. I guess how has that period kind of influenced you in terms of how you communicate within a team? Do you think that actually had a big impact and maybe you were trying to fill the shoes that High was or?
Yeah, definitely. Like when before I became a pro, I saw these players like Apramu and High, right? And they were known as
Mhm.
like the 1v9 shot callers of the team. And that's like what I want to do, you know? It just made sense for me because as a support player, my role isn't to like be insane mechanically, but of course mechanics definitely matter. But um, like just being able to coordinate plays and help your team get to where they want to be, and like just be like the voice of reason in your team. That's like what I want to be, right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to become High, but I want to be like a good like replacement. And yeah, that's kind of how I molded myself to become like such a vocal player because of that like standard.
Hmm.
And yeah, like nowadays it doesn't you don't need to do that anymore. Honestly, like
Yeah.
I don't think if High played right now and he did that, I think the game wouldn't be very easy for him to play or win. I think
Mm.
everyone needs to be on the same page now, and and the game is such a team game now that if like you're only as strong as your weakest player, you know,
Hmm.
and that's just how it is. So it's really fun too. Like I really like it. It's just a whole different way to play, and yeah, it's like you gotta help everyone out, gotta make everyone like know what they're doing in the game, and yeah, it's just been a really fun time playing League right now.
All right. Well, I am hoping for more victories for CLG. You guys got one on the board, so the next one will be easier, of course. So good luck next week. This has been Azento from Esports Heaven and Smoothie from Counter Logic Gaming. Thank you very much.
Thank you.